A, I'm not okay with being videotaped.
Well, you're in public, Angela. Okay, so the building itself doesn't look any worse than it was when the last time I saw it. It's in better shape. You guys planning on taking all the rest of this stuff out of here? Okay.
Yeah, we made, probably 20 jump around trips just when we moved into the space, and this is maybe one.
Okay.
Some of it, whatever's coming in next, you probably use. Yeah.
Hey, Chris, would you mind turning that off? I
Well,
kind of
no, we're
do. I
taking
mean,
the walkthrough.
it's the walkthrough, and so,
Yeah.
no offense to you, Steve, you've always been a gentleman, and I say that publicly right now on video.
Whether he
You
was
know?
here or not, I told David Cook that I'd be taking the walkthrough. In fact, that was what I agreed to with David Cook,
Okay, well,
to take the walkthrough. Because you're here, I'm here, and Angela's here, and we're walking through. So this was the plan. I'm surprised that I'm frustrated.
all I said is that you're upset about the situation, which
100%.
which I understand, but
I don't think you do.
I'm not the person to take this out on.
No, but the person who is supposed to take it out on wouldn't show up, and he's your tenant.
Well, there's certainly more than one rat at Cafe Aroma, that much I know. Despite Ed Vogli's express promises that he only granted a one-year lease to Nomad Northwest in order to more readily change the lease the following year and just substitute in a different rental amount, in point of fact, as a lessor, he's absconding with all of the hard work and the $14,000 of hard cash invested in the lease premises by refusing to renew the lease. Okay? Now, he predicated all of this using the promises that he and Cafe Aroma would have a long-term relationship with Nomad, and he talked about running our dogs together, our German short-hair pointers. And in my first Nomad video, I even thanked Ed Ed and his wife using our German short-hair pointer. Okay? There it is right there. Then, as you'll see in the website, his tune changed completely. A 180 the minute the construction was done. That's because he had his build out now. See? Now, I didn't realize that at first, but I do now. Now, when I did leases in corporate America years ago, I won awards because I was ruthless and I never cut anybody any slack. Well, this time, Ed Vogli, as a neighbor, okay, someone you should be able to trust, he took some slack and he put the screws to Nomad Northwest and to the entire community of customers and to the 80 artists who curated there in the past year. So I'm telling the community, and I'm helping Nomad find a lawyer. That's all there is to it. I will not be done with this until it is done. Follow along at my journal page and at the website, Cafe Aroma Shoreline.
And this is exactly the reason he didn't want to show up, because look at the way you're treating me.
Oh, so sad, right? Because I've been victim to nothing in the year that I've been here, right?
I hope you put all of this on there, because
Absolutely.
I'm being perfectly reasonable and trying to be
As
an
have I been for
intermediary.
the last
It's
year.
not reasonable for someone who wasn't here when the space was leased to do the walkthrough. That's what's not reasonable, and that's the cause of the upset. And from a legal perspective, you must know that, because you're not in a position to say what this was like.
You weren't here. Did you ever even come in to see what we had done with the space?
I have been in here
when it was in
before.
its glory?
I came by multiple times, but the shop wasn't open when I came here.
Because you didn't know the hours of the shop. But you never made an effort to come in and see the beautiful space that we created. It did not look like this. It was filled with 80 artisans' work from this community.
It looked awesome in here.
And
It did.
I looked at it through the windows. It did, and I talked to you. I was happy you guys were here. I said that. My goal for this property has always been to make the neighborhood better, and that's what I've been trying to do. If you saw this place 7 years ago when I first took over managing it, it was a totally different place.
It could be, the point I'm trying to say to you, Steve, is that it could be so much better. I have people who are community minded, who want to invest in a drive-through coffee shop, but you're going to continue to lease it to somebody who you're going to continue to see problems with. You are only 3 years into a lease with them. You have no idea what they are like.
I have compassion for you, and I understand what you're going through. I would be mad as hell as well, but it's the situation.
Yeah, and some of it you just can't be remedied except for, you know, legal action. Because he continued to maintain that posture, you know, up until not only they signed the lease, but then after they signed it, before they dumped the money in and the effort, he continued that posture. And then the minute that the rehab was done, when I sent him that email, and I said, hey, you guys have done a great thing for these women. This is a beautiful thing. You created them the opportunity to live their dream and all that. And he wrote me back the most hateful email, and I was like, wait a minute. What? The light switch just went out. And it didn't occur to me, oh, you've got your rehab now, Ed. Yeah. So now you've got your lawsuit now, Ed. And that's that. And Angela, you're a witness, okay?
You know what, honestly, when I saw the email, I thought he was, Ed was within his full right to say, I don't deal with you.
Oh, after dealing with me for all those weeks, and then turn around and say that?
Please pardon my head cold nasal inflection in this video, but I need to get this truth out 1 year after the grand opening of Nomad Northwest. In point of fact, Angela Reed, you are a liar. Folks can see the email here that I wrote to Ed and his nasty response all of a sudden right here, okay? Now, you never said Ed was within his rights to talk to me this way at all, right after you all committed to the total rebuild and he got his free rehab for his leased premises, okay? What you did was you talked to Elisa and me about what a jackass he was and how sexist and misogynist he was, and you informed me that you were going to try to diplomatically address it when you sent me this email, okay, a few weeks later. And then you wrote Ed, as seen in this email just, you know, a couple of weeks later, after he went sideways on me, and you have now, subsequent to that time, thrown not only me, but your partner Elisa under the bus by trying to play the high road on your video because you are afraid of litigation and the effect it would have on your family. And that's what you told us. And you have now returned to quaffing Cafe Aroma's mediocre coffee and their mediocre food products because it is convenient for you and your family. Okay? That's fine, but just don't lie about it, which is what you kind of are doing. Now, I remember you told us on our couch that you just couldn't understand where you lost your balls or your huevos, as I said, to keep it consistent with the sex. But anyway, but somewhere along the line, you certainly did. You lost it, okay? Now, it pains me to say this, but I'm warning you and your attorney, Attorney Pugh, I think his name is, about perjury as the case moves forward toward filing. Now, you know me well enough, Angela, to know that I don't take any shit from anybody, especially someone who puts the screws to Elisa. That's not going to happen. So, as for anybody else out there, just ask the city how Ed and Cafe Aroma disgraced the pianos in the park program even, all right? They allowed a perfectly good piano to be trashed and then refused to offer the then-vacant Nomad space for the city to help refurbish pianos for the project. You know, some community players they are, right? The truth will come out. The truth will set you free.
Like,
This is
yeah,
not the point. You're using this as a platform for your what you were trying to
make. A platform for justice and honesty and integrity. Yes, I am. Things are slowly being dismantled for the move out.
I think it's pretty fast. She's done a lot just since I was here, what, 2 days ago?
It is kind of like a time warp. It is fast, actually.
Yeah.
And it was built fast, too. You know, we built this place in about 5 weeks. It was unbelievable.
Well, like I said before, y'all did a great job. This looks phenomenally different. And what couldn't be fixed has been cleverly concealed.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing. Yeah, that's right.